Hey guys, it's your friend Kat here, and as you can tell by my shirt, today we're going to turn into a very popular character, and that is Harry Potter. This is going to be a two-parter makeup. We are not only going to turn into Harry Potter today, but also if he got in an accident where he was older and the lightning bolt wasn't on his head but on his eye. I was very much inspired by this art piece by Chris O'Neill, aka Oni Plays, here on YouTube from my favorite podcast of all time, Sleepy Cabin. So I thought I would recreate this look today. Again, first we're going to turn into Harry Potter with his glasses and Gryffindor cloak, and then do a little prosthetic of his eye falling apart with a lightning-shaped injury on it. This will be really great for anyone who wants to be just Harry Potter. You don't have to do the injury on the eye. So let's get started with the makeup, shall we? First of all, I'm going to put a wig cap on because my hair is a lot longer than Harry Potter's is. So once that is situated onto our head, I am going to get this black cloak. It's not the invisible cloak. It's going to keep, hopefully, the makeup from staining this pristine white shirt with the Gryffindor tie. I had to watch so many tutorials on how to tie a tie. And as you can see, I am prepping my skin with some makeup primer. Once your skin's all prepped, this is totally optional, but I'm getting some orange concealer to cancel out the dark blue circles I have under my eyes from doing so many makeup videos for Halloween. And then I'm gonna grab some green corrector to cancel out the redness, little spots on my face that I don't want to be shown because Harry was young and probably had pimples, but they covered it with makeup on set. So I'm blending all that out as well with the damp beauty sponge. And then I'm getting my favorite foundation for character makeups. This is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. It's a mouthful, but it gives a great even skin tone. It matches many of my prosthetic foundation makeups as well, which is a bonus. As you can see, I'm blending that all over my skin, but not necessarily in the sockets of my eyes because we are going to put some concealer there next. Using a very bougie concealer, this is the YSL concealer, but I thought it was a great light to medium coverage. A great dupe to this expensive concealer is the Maybelline Under Eye Circle Eraser. And as you can see, I'm also putting that around my nose and forehead in areas I think I need some more coverage. Blending all of that out to have a nice finished base before grabbing our highlight and cream contour. So as you can see, I am putting this highlight cream on the tip tops of my cheeks, the bridge of my nose, definitely on that forehead. The more larger your forehead is, I feel like it makes you look younger. On my chin as well, bringing those triangles on my cheeks a little bit lower and putting it on my under eye bags. As weird as that sounds, large under eye bags sometimes makes your eyes look younger, and I'm putting on my brow bone as well. Then getting a damp beauty sponge, I'm going to blend all that out. Then we're going to powder our under eyes before it sets and creases with some translucent powder and on my laugh lines because I creased there as well. Now it's time to get the contour creams. I'm getting the two darkest shades of contour creams from this palette. This is from Graftobian. It's great for kits. If you're doing professional makeup, I'm contouring the bottom part of my chin near my jawline and blending that out with the damp beauty sponge because Harry has a very chiseled jawline, and we are also going to contour our nose. My nose is a little bit wider than his, and we are making the bottom of his nose a different shape. You really want to look at reference pictures of Harry Potter, of course. While you're doing this, we're doing a little bit of a young Harry Potter. Around the Chamber of Secrets, not necessarily the Sorcerer's Stone when he's a wee child. Really chiseling and contouring that nose. We are also going to get this contour cream and contour the outer parts of our eyelids. I know that sounds weird, but most men have a lot more hooded eyelids and more protruding brow bones than women do. So whenever I transform into male, I love to do more of a contour on my eyelids to make it look like it's sunken in and make my eyebrows look larger and heavier. Blending all of that with a damp beauty sponge, grabbing that highlight cream again because I still want to brighten my under eyes. It's going to make our cheeks look fuller and more youthful as well. Then getting the contour cream to darken the sides of our cheekbones. This is the absolute darkest contour cream that I have. So you really want to make sure you blend that out with the damp beauty sponge. Now I am grabbing my Poise Cosmetics Multitasking HD Creams. Any brown cream paint will do with the angled brush to make Harry Potter's eyebrows. I'm grabbing a medium tone brown cream paint. What I love about the Poise cosmetic creams is that they are more stiff. They're not as creamy and as blendable as the Graftobian ones, but that's a good thing in this area because it gives us a more fine tip in a darker shade. That's great for eyebrows. And once that's on, I'm getting a very fine tip brush with the even darker, dark brown, almost black cream paint for my Poise cosmetic palette and doing little brow hairs to define his eyebrows and make them really thick and masculine. I'm also putting that on the bridge of my nose to make more shadow and blending that out with a clean brush. Also using that to blend the tip of my nose as well with more shadow there. Now I'm getting my concealer again and putting that over my lips and blending that out before getting our lip color. Yes, males have lip color in the movies and in real life. They're not necessarily all made up with lipstick, but I got a cream lip stain and I put a little bit of that on my cheeks as well and more lip stain to make more of a lip shape. Then I got that angled brow brush again with the medium tone brown cream paint because I felt like I needed his eyebrows to be thicker. Grabbing that fine tip brush again and doing the detail of the eyebrow hairs. I really try to make my eyebrows look realistic, especially if you're doing them drawn on without real hairs. Powdering those brows down and my whole entire face with translucent powder. Before getting one of my absolute favorite contour powder palettes, this is the Lunatick Cosmetic Labs contour palette that has great amount of cool tone and warm tone contours. I'm contouring a little bit of mix of cool and warm tones on the cheekbones with this very tiny blending brush. Getting that highlight cream again and highlighting the bridge of my nose even more. And getting the lightest color of powder that's of yellow tone from the Lunatic Cosmetics Lab powder. It's similar to the one in the Kat Von D's. And putting that on the bridge of my nose, on the tops of my cheeks, definitely my chin, and on my forehead. Now it is time to grab an alcohol paint. If you don't have alcohol paints, these are activated with 99% alcohol. You could definitely use like a red lipstick watered down, or red cream paint that's a little watered down as well. With a very fine tip angled paintbrush, I'm doing the lightning bolt of Harry Potter's scar on his forehead. Then I'm getting another brush with the paint more watered down with alcohol and making a little bit of a scar tissue around that lightning bolt, meaning it's blending out a little bit more of a lighter color of that pigment of it's like a browny red color. To make it look like scar tissue gathering around the lightning bolt. Just like skin would react in real life, it had scar tissue on the head. Then I am getting my contact lenses. Harry Potter has bright blue eyes. I got these contact lenses from camoeyes.com. That's a mix of light blue and gray. It's perfect for natural looking blue eyes. Then I'm getting this wig. Got this off of Amazon. That's very dark brown, almost black, and spray painted some of it of a lighter brown just to mix it to make it look more like Harry Potter's true hair color. And you can't forget Harry Potter's signature glasses. This is actually made for kids, these glasses, from the Halloween store, and I was so surprised that they fit my head. And you can't forget the Gryffindor cloak. And with that, we are completely done with our Harry Potter makeup transformation. This is so cute and adorable. I can't believe it doesn't even look like myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the second part, of course, where the lightning bolt scar isn't going to be on his forehead, but what if the spell actually hit his eye from Voldemort himself? From He Who Shall Not Be Named. Imagine the injury of that. So let's get started and try to achieve this. First of all, of course, I'm taking that wig off just to focus more on the makeup without having to move it around. And then I got my eye patch appliance. I'll put the link down to the website below where I purchased it from. And as you can see, I'm deleting or wiping off that scar on my forehead and then patching it back up with some foundation. We are going to be using a silicone prosthetic in this video and powdering that foundation down. Now, on our dominant drawing or painting hand that we use to apply our makeup with, that side of our face, we are taking away the eye makeup and the brow with the makeup remover wipe and then getting some tissue just to make sure all of that makeup remover is gone, taking out our contact lens And if you thought I wasn't gonna do my usual eyebrow cover, I am right now. Getting some Elmer's glue and then putting that on my eyebrow, doing 2 to 3 layers of glue and translucent powder, making sure that the glue gets a little tacky before putting on that powder, making sure it's smooth and completely dry before putting on another layer of glue and powder. Again, like I usually say, you need about 2 to 4 layers of glue and powder depending on how thick your eyebrow hairs are. But once you have a flat surface, we are going to get some Aide. You really want to make sure you don't get a lot of Aide on a Q-tip, and a little goes a long way because we don't want Aide to drip in our actual eyeball or on our eyelashes, because if you put Aide on hairs, it will rip your hairs out. That's why we had to block our eyebrow so that the Aide doesn't attach to our eyebrow and rip our real eyebrow hairs from our face. So be very, very careful if you ever do a makeup like this. I cannot stress safety when it comes to makeup appliances during Halloween enough. This is a silicone fake eye appliance. It's like an eye patch that feels like real skin, but it's made out of silicone. And I'm attaching it this way, but you can also get some makeup effects gel to put around your eye to hopefully blend the edges. But for my edges today, I'm doing a mixture of liquid latex first with a red stipple sponge. These stipple sponges are great to replicate the texture of real skin. Building up those edges to make sure they smooth down more. The very last layer edges, I actually put on some Aide, or you can put on some Aide cream. And if you're using gelatin or gel for the edges of this, you really want to make sure it dries before moving on to the next step, which is foundation. Trying to match the foundation color that I did before. I'm applying that at first with a beauty sponge, and then I'm using a brush to really get the detail in around the eye. You don't want to color in the very center of this eye because that's going to be the whiteness part of the eye where we're going to paint the white of the eye and the pupil. And once that foundation is all applied on, we're going to get some concealer on the edges of this appliance and the foundation just to blend it nicely. Getting my contour cream to replicate the contour on the other side of my nose and our brow colors again. With that angled brush and the brow cream we used before, I also used some alcohol paint in this because sometimes the brow cream doesn't settle nicely onto the appliance, and alcohol paints really work well with silicone appliances. Now it is time to get the white paint for our silicone appliance on the whiteness of our eye. Just making sure the white part is totally pigmented with white, and getting some contour colors to make it look a little bit more realistic. Getting some blue cream paint and coloring the blueness of the eye, and getting a black eyeliner to do the black pupil. We're having the eye go upwards. I really researched injured eyes on Google to make sure I wanted to get an injured eye look, and the eyes usually go up and they're very white and red. So I'm getting some red alcohol paints, as you can see here, to do the red slash through this eye that goes through his eyebrow as well. We're gonna add even more blood, get some fake blood with a Q-tip, and have it dripping a little bit at the bottom. Because this is a very fresh wound and Voldemort just attacked him. That's why it struck his eye instead of his forehead and hasn't had time to heal over, so it's still bleeding. I know we're getting gory, and as you can see, I'm getting more flesh tone alcohol paints to do some scar tissue around the eye. With a burn from a spell, sometimes some of your eyebrow hairs around the mark where it hit you could burn off. Putting Harry's hair back on our head, and putting his glasses on a little bit askew. And on the side of his glasses that it's a little bit wonky and askew, I decided to get some black cream paint to make it look like it really went up in smoke when he was hit by the spell. And after we look really tore up, we are completely done with Harry Potter's makeup of his eye injury if it was struck by Voldemort in current times, the lightning bolt injury on his eyeball instead of his head. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was one of the hardest makeups I have ever done because I'm a little bit obstructed in vision with these contact lenses in the first place, and I had to do this all with one eye. If you're doing this on someone else, I would highly suggest it to do it on a model instead of yourself. It was completely the most difficult thing I've ever done. You should definitely check out the artist's work that inspired this video. He also makes YouTube videos that are of gaming. I love how his injured eye is looking up, just like a real injured real life eye. They kind of look up if they're very burnt from the spell that was cast on him. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now it is time for me to turn from Harry into myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do this makeup, not of this complete injured eye maybe, but if you do the Harry Potter part of himself in the first part of this video, please post your pictures on Instagram and tag me, #catsketch. I would love to see them. All the products I used in this video will be listed down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. Hope you guys are gonna have a great Halloween. I wish I had more time to make more videos this year, but there were so many jobs going on. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!